Chelsea Shine drop step turnaround
jumper to Scott. Scott throws it down with a right-hand slam. Cut the line by Landisburg, tips it ahead to Marathon. He's going to throw it down with a one-hand jam.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico, the Virginia Athletics Foundation, the Virginia Lottery, and by UVA Health Systems.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly.
And when I went home, man, I just broke down. All I could do was just cry, basically.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Mike Volk, number 15 on the men's soccer team. With ACC competition in full swing for all our fall sports, we have a lot to show you today. Let's start with our play of the week.
Formation behind him, 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1 on the play. Play action pass, Farrakut got a man wide open. Bird's behind the defense. He's to the 30, 25, 10, 5, touchdown! Somebody lost track of Bird, and he will make the Seminoles pay.
We just knew we had to make a play to spark the offense, get the scoreboard lit up. And, they got lost in a little coverage, and Mike found me, and we scored. It was a good play, big play.
Farrakut got a man wide open. Bird's behind the defense. He's to the 30, 25, 10, 5, touchdown! Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next. Very dangerous threat. Here's a handoff. Aaron Taliaferro comes into the backfield and mows down the ball carrier.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to the show. Our football team faced its first big ACC opponent on Saturday with Florida State visiting Scott Stadium. Let's check out the game story.
Going to take it on an option and reading it out perfectly. Roy Reynolds, the ball's loose, picked up by Jermaine Thomas. Now he's going to try and run it upfield. He's tackled all the way back at the 19-yard line.
It was amazing. I saw 3 that were in our hands that we dropped, 2 fumbles that we had a chance to pick up and we didn't. So they got the turnovers. And we didn't. So they got the turnovers and increased their possessions. We didn't get the turnovers to take them off the field, and we didn't do a good enough job 3rd down to take them off the field, and they did. So they had more possessions and so had more opportunities to throw the ball and run the ball.
Takes it around, breaks a tackle, and look out. He's got home run speed. He's going to take off across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Florida State.
Prideful on our tackling. We just missed a lot of tackles today. It's something that we got to fix, and to be a good defense, you got to be able to tackle. Because
we played pretty good rush defense, and I think what attributed to that, which hadn't been an issue with us, were a couple missed tackles that that captured the edge a couple times, and then we just kind of missed some tackles.
Here's the snap. He drops back. Pocket holds up. He's got a man wide open. Completes it to the tight end, Relaford, who had no one within a mile. That's certainly good news. They can use everybody they can get here today. Thompson breaks another tackle, and then he is absolutely pummeled by Walcott. Spheric out of the gun on 3rd and 10. Throws the pass into the flat. It's incomplete. Joe Torsia couldn't haul it in.
Our game plan pretty much told us what they were going to do. We just, weren't clicking on all cylinders at the beginning of the game. And, it was a tough game.
That first half really killed us and then put us in a bind because we couldn't establish anything on offense. So the defense was out there on the field just, play after play after play, and that can really wear on a defense like that.
A tremendous effort by their defensive ends to speed rush, to get on the edge, and we have to look at how we're going to protect the quarterback and how we're going to do things in order for him to get the ball down the field.
million lining up in the backfield along with Keith Payne. Here comes the blitz. Verrick is going to have to scramble. He's trying to stay on his feet. He's going to be tackled at the 45. Another sack.
A whole different ball game sometimes when you got pressure in your face and you're scrambling back there. But just like him, he's got to make good decisions. The receivers got to run better routes, and then obviously and definitely we got to protect better and longer for him if we're going to drop back and throw the ball down the field.
Here's a handoff to Thompson around the left side. Breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races again. He's finally wrestled down by Womack. It's the eye in the backfield here. He'll get the call on first down. Cuts it to the near side right. He's got blockers in front. Stays on his feet. He rolls over a Cavalier defender and into the end zone for a touchdown. Goes out of the shotgun. Here comes the blitz, and he's going to get sacked at the 22. A Scud missile up the gut coming on the blitz from the secondary. Formation behind him, 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1 on the play. Play action pass. Verrick got a man wide open. Birds behind the defense. He's to the 30, 25, 10, 5, touchdown.
We just knew we had to make a play to spark the offense, get the scoreboard lit up. And, they got lost in a little coverage, and Mike found me, and we scored. Good play, big play.
The thing about that play is that that's really not even in the progression. That route is really just designed to clear out the coverage, so the other receiver can get open. But I just kind of saw him out of the corner of my eye that I guess they busted the coverage or something, and he was open. So we were able to make the play.
In the second half, we played better. I know first half, I think we were 0 for 7 on third downs, and not that we were great coming out in the second half, but when you have a team like that and you have opportunities to move the chains and hang on to the ball possession-wise, you got to take advantage of those opportunities, and I felt we didn't do that. Second half, we did, and drove the ball, and were able to score and get on the board. Defense kind of responded a little bit.
After a 2-yard gain, Verrick a straight drop back. Here comes the pressure. He unloads across the middle, ball caught. Inman's got it. Shakes one defender across the 43 to the 42. Both on that left side of the line. Here's a straight drop back from Verrick. He's going to load it up. Fires downfield. His pass going to be intercepted. It was right to Reed.
I think I should have just came to the check down. It wasn't there, so I think it was a forced pass. So it was big play in the game, because at that point, if we would have gotten some points on the board, it was potentially a 2-score game. So we'll look at it, but it was a mistake.
Instead of trying to just wholesale make changes, I think you stay with the plan and you just keep trying to reiterate to the players that when you have a chance to make a tackle and it's a scramble situation, you got to make the tackle. When the receiver's open, you got to, and he's based on a route or based on coverages, and you got to throw the ball where it's supposed to be. So there's not a scheme that has to change. We got to do better. I mean, you have to do better from that standpoint.
We're going to play to the end of the game every game. I mean, we never going to quit. We had a good off season, and we pride ourselves on being a family, and a family never going to quit on their brother. So when we come out here, no matter what the scoreboard says, we're going to give it all every play, and that's what we live by.
Jared Green wide left. Matheny with a straight drop back. Now he's going to have to scramble to his opposite direction. Gets a good block. He's going to pass downfield. Nice catch again by Raynard Horn at the 35. On 4th and goal from the 11. Matheny out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. He'll take the snap, drops back, pocket holding up for now. Now he scrambles, fires, got a man wide open. Coulter Phillips into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia.
Cavalier fans, join me, Dave Kane, the voice of the Cavaliers, at the Kroger on Hydraulic Road in Charlottesville from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. for a chance to win an autographed football from head coach Mike London. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by UVA Health Systems.
Trey Womack has worked hard throughout his career at Virginia. He graduated last spring and now is an important part of Virginia's defense.
What you gonna do about it? You hear me? What you gonna do about it? The opportunity is knocking at the door. It's knocking at the door.
Trey is he's another one of those 5th-year guys. When I first came in, that I just had the conversation with him and listen, with the new staff, and what I'm thinking about doing is perhaps not bringing you back.
The process of me being invited back, was one that was really tough for me, because seeing that as a possibility that I wasn't even going to be back here, immediately upon that, all I could do was just really break down. I mean, so many people would say in that situation that they was tough about it or whatever, but I broke down because, I mean, essentially football is something that I love. And when I went home, man, I just broke down. All I could do was just cry, basically. I just wasn't going to be denied. I wasn't going to allow it to be taken away from me when I had 1 year eligibility left. I continued to pray about it, became even stronger in my faith, and definitely went back to Coach London like 2 or 3 separate times, and they all were no. Upon that, I just asked Coach London one day. I went up to his office and asked him, well, do you mind if I work out with the team? Because this definitely isn't going to be the end for me. So he said, yeah, and he allowed me to work out with the team. With that, I just worked out as hard as I could. Every possible workout, I gave it my all. And upon that, I went back and spoke to Coach London again after workouts, and then he said, you know what, I really want you to do spring ball. So going into spring practice, that chip was still there, and I just had an attitude like I won't going to be denied.
I'm going to allow you to go through spring practice and see how you do. There's some classroom things, some leadership things that I'm looking to see if you're worth bringing back, that you can add to our team.
With that, it's just worked as hard as I could, and one day Coach London just came up to me and just said, you know what, I think it would be very beneficial if you came back. And man, just for him to say that to me was just, again, I was overjoyed.
He made a believer out of me, and I told him, I said, listen, you were just a decision away from me not asking you back, but you made me eat my words, because you did all the things and some in order to put yourself in a position to be where you are right now. And I appreciate him and told him I loved him, because that kind of resolve is going to take him far, not just in the football world, but life after football.
And just like that final confirmation just made everything sit real well, but at the same time, I still kept that chip on my shoulder, because in the back of my mind is always any play that you step out there could be your last place.
Is that from the day I met Trey Womack, he's been nothing. He's done nothing but hustle and try very, very, very hard. He had an okay Richmond game. Great hustle, a couple of good hits, a couple of really good passes defended. But I want you to know something. He really had a great USC game. Now this guy was all over the place and challenging some of the best players and some of the best receivers that we'll face all year and didn't blink an eyelash.
4-3 package here. The pressure comes. Cam Johnson was right in his face. Completes the pass, but Womack absolutely blasted the receiver Barnson on the play, and he will have maybe a half a yard, but nothing more. Trey Womack continues to impress.
Essentially, what I wanted to do was surround myself with people in the past like Brandon Albert, people like Eugene Monroe and Cedric Pierman and Josh Zeidenberg, because, those were all guys with dreams and aspirations, and they were taking essential steps to get to where they are today. It just showed me and just gave me an example of just where I wanted to be, and you could see it start to come to fruition in their lives. So you want to surround yourself with people like that. That's what I try to do for younger guys on the team. Just give them an example of somebody that's going to work hard, and just the things that have helped me make it here. I try to just pass that on here, because that's what it's all about, essentially, to me. Just surrounding yourself with people like Ross Idell, Dontrell Inman, Dom Joseph, and Rodney McLeod, who are all my roommates. Just the vibe within our house is just awesome. To be around guys like that just want to succeed, and guys just at all costs are going to get what their dreams and aspirations are, and they're going to all put them, in perspective and just do what they can do to be the best man that they can be.
Coming up after the break. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
Number 6 women's soccer at number 5 Maryland. Number 3 field hockey home against number 1 Maryland. And our 3rd ranked men's soccer team hosting number 2 North Carolina. Those games and more right now on Cavalier Sports Weekly.
Guys that can do the same set of eyes. Right? Step on the field, play for each other, right? Play hard, tackle hard, be positive. There's going to be swings and momentum in this game, but be mentally tough, man. Be mentally tough. Right? Let's not give them an inch. Let's play for every inch tonight. Yeah? Every inch.
In the first half, I thought it was a very even game. I mean, to me, the most important thing for me with our team right now is our response and making sure that we get better, so that when we run into them in November, that we're on the better side of this game like this. Goal they scored was literally a matter of inches, and I think it was miscommunication. Our near post guy looked like he had an easy play on the ball and kind of ducked. So I don't know whether he thought the goalkeeper had it or what, but it literally came down to inches just inside that near post. Wasn't quite happy with the second half, but considering who we're playing, which I think is a very, very good team, I think they were able to control the tempo of the game a little bit. We weren't able to keep the balls as good as we were in the first half.
It was possession passing like we practiced, that we should have had the whole game, and they were running for each other, and she gets an open space and she's able to turn the corner and get the shot off. Our defensive objective was to minimize the corners, and we certainly didn't do that. And if we want to win in ACC, we have to be able to shut down the corners and play cleaner defense. We had chances, and that's why it was a 1-1 game. They had momentum, and we had chances, and they had chances, and no one could put it away, and we didn't shoot like we normally do, and you know, you have to let it rip sometimes. You can't wait for the perfect shot, but you have to get it in there. I called it. I told him at halftime. Haley knows it, that the ball was going to go back to Odie on that slip corner that they love to do, and she just took a step too far to the right.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Our football team travels to Georgia Tech next Saturday, but we still have some great home games for Cavalier fans right here in Charlottesville. Our men's soccer team plays Liberty on Tuesday and Alabama A&M on Saturday. Field hockey also has a pair of home games, with Longwood on Wednesday and Princeton on Friday. And women's soccer hosts a huge ACC game Friday evening at Klockner Stadium when the North Carolina Tar Heels come to town. We'll be back next week with coverage of those games and more. Until then, go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico, the Virginia Athletics Foundation, the Virginia Lottery, and by UVA Health Systems.